This video will be divided into 4 sections in order to show what every ability in Splatoon 2 does if one were to equip one main and 3 subs of it. Essentially, purified gear. There are certain abilities that cannot be stacked however, in which I will go into detail how they work once we get to them. The next abilities, Sub Power-Up and Special Power-Up, can all be stacked as well, but they each get their own segments since they have individual effects on said sub and special weapons. We will start with Sub Power-Up. so power-up isn't that commonly used since most of the time it only increases the distance of your thrown projectile. Special power-up is a similar, yet different case. Lastly, we have the unstackable abilities. There are 4 abilities exclusive to headgear, 5 exclusive to your clothes, and 3 exclusive to your shoes. I will not be able to show all of them off, but I will do my best in explaining them. Opening Gambit grants you an equal effect of having 5 subs of swim speed up, run speed up, and ink resist up for the first 30 seconds of the match. This timer is extended by 7.5 seconds for each time you splat someone as long as opening Gambit is still active. Last Ditch Effort is like opening Gambit, but for the final 30 seconds of the match. It gives you an effect equal of having 5 subs of Ink Saver main, Ink Saver sub, Ink Recovery up, and Quick Respawn. While having Tenacity equipped, if your team has fewer currently alive players than your opponent, your special gauge will gradually charge by itself. With Comeback equipped, if you get splatted, for the next 20 seconds after respawning, you will be granted an effect equal to that of 4 subs of Ink Saver main, Ink Saver sub, Ink Recovery up, Run Speed up, Swim Speed up, and Special Charge up. Ninja Squid makes you leave no ripples in the ink you are swimming in, though it severely lowers your swim speed. Respawn Punisher grants the debuffs of slower respawn time and more of your special gauge lost if you are splatted. Though, this debuff is given to anyone new splat as well. Thermal Ink allows you to see enemies you hit with your main weapon behind obstacles and walls for 12 seconds. Haunt allows you to see enemies that splatted you behind objects and walls on the map, and if you splat them back, they will get the penalties of Respawn Punisher. Ability Doubler, unique only to the Splatfest T, doubles the effectiveness of the abilities on that piece of clothing. Stealth Jump allows you to super jump to anyone on the map without leaving a mark showing the other team where you're landing. Object Shredder makes it easier to get rid of breakable objects created by the enemy team, for example sprinklers, beacons, and bubbles from their bubble blower. And lastly, Drop Roller allows you to do a dodge roll upon landing a super jump by simply tilting the way you want to roll off to before landing. You also get slight effects of run speed up, swim speed up, and ink resist up for 3 seconds. The very last thing I will mention is that you might have noticed that all the gear in the game have a brand to them. And this does in fact serve a purpose. The piece of gear will have both a higher and a lower chance of rolling a certain ability on it. For example, Crack-On has a higher chance of rolling swim speed up and a lower chance of rolling bomb defense up. However, all gear branded with Cuddle Gear and Amiibo, like your crown, will not have any increase or decrease in rolling a certain ability. Lastly, any gear with a main ability of, for example, Ink Resist Up, will never have a brand that increases the chance of getting more of that ability. In Ink Resist Up's case, being Squid Force. Just a little pro tip that could be useful.